they give us new clothes?
Them old apples are enough to curdle you. Clive, you're back. I am. Well, I'll be. All of our...
We had a stolus from Luborsi. What?
Well,
With Otto, any word on the rot? Shouldn't you be putting your... if you really want to know. Thank you. Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade it? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the adamant? One can often be led astray. One must instead see the... The kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal.
Them old apples.
Well,
Nothing escapes. It's true.
good.
Blackthorn. I wanted it. I'll jump.
If the state of our coffers is anything to go by.
And what can I do for you? It'd better all be here. I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer.
Ah, no. And with good reason, children. There shall be no lessons to...
All right, brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good...
Hippocrates, I need to know what he is. Have you learned?
Alas, not even the...
But I saw him.
But
Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
is there something I might assist you with? There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you. What subject shall we consider today?
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto.
They said they'd give us new clothes.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your gut.
You barely... Just spreading the...
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father...
Very well.
Here for another of my lectures. How may I help you today? Thus ends today's lesson.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Why would anyone want to do that?
Mid hasn't been
I went up to give some creams to the chocobo.
We'll see. Good. Oh, What?
Karen, there.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken. Something tells me if he's Mr.
Clive? What do you want? Should last you a good while. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Anything else?
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that, right? I've got to get this thermal display...
Thermal.
displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some... The stack will be made up of... There's the and the...
Proper.
Then you'll need... I've got to show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head, no.
Look. The engine plating's basically just a very efficient conductor.
Blackthorn.
Let's go on. Well, okay.
So Mid's roped us all in yet. Still.
So it's this plate that means. Now,
Right.
you going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these?
Otto, you're with me.
All right then. Where do we find this? I'll head down. Just don't.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto?
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
Otto, sorry I'm late.
Ah, Clive. Seems Blackthorn's the only one.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Straight home now. So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't... Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoiled little puppy.
You got it,
Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance. Yes. You just... All... But...
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn. Got it. Yeah.
No, let's do it again.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Clive? I always thought I could teach the best of them a thing or two about working with leather. But... oh... Not saying Fordian, do you? That it? Fine.
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
Mid hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Why would anyone want to do that?
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this... What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid.
Yeah.
I'll show you the plan. Now,
You can stop that. Wait. Thanks, Gal.
Torgal, kill! Now Torgal!
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor.
All yours, Torgal! Now Torgal!
Come on!
Get him!
The things I do for you, Mid.
Indeed.
All right.
They'd give us new clothes.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one...
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a book.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, But those things will still be spitting out enough, which is why you need a prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. I need something light.
Well, if I were in need of I know whose counsel I would seek.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away.
Ugh, I'm never drinking again.
Hippocrates.
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next?
I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obolus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive. So, Clive,
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of...
White chocobo eggs. Are you sure this list is right? I would have thought the ingredients... Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now.
I will. You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill? Let's hope the draper has Hortense's cloth.
That price. He'll not find a bruised pippin in the bushes.
Much.
But they...
Yeah.
Go.
You could just wait for the caravan at the Vale. I see you wear the dame's brooch. They'd welcome you, wouldn't they?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take...
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the pepio nuts? And some garlic. I'll find the other things we need.
Here since sunrise and not a single bottle.
Fresh cuts!
What do you want? Good riddance. What do you want? Go on, take it.
Wear the dame's brooch?
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. Good day.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Have! You'll not find a bruised pippin.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Now, all that remains. But before we head back, would you walk with me? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in, but that...
You're right.
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
How's work on the shielding?
Well, I was just explaining to Tart, and now that we have all the ingredients...
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watch.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, Could you join me in the infirmary?
Of course.
Oh, and Clive, thank you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was when both the shielding and the moondew are ready, followed by a rig, perhaps some...
Leave it to me. Thank you, Up. Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
They said they'd give us new clothes.
Mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the...
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance. He's supervising the construction and test.
Brilliant.
Don't thank me. I'm just the...
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the...
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making... Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like, so if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil... That's what she was meant to be. But now she's so close to being finished. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to... I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too, now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really?
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending up. No, she said that. Clive, were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Obelith.
Yep. In a boat. You in a hurry and all, are ya? I offered to take her across, but... got some life in her, ain't she? But got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your...
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle? Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on me.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, but next time you...
I don't just like when we... Anyway, we wouldn't do to keep low...
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she... Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen. What a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav.
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.